Hello guys, it's Victor once again coming to you from Cologne in Germany. So today we'll be talking about how to contact professors either for supervision or for funded positions, because some universities require to contact professors beforehand in order to get assurance for supervision, or there are some projects under certain professors, so you need to contact them directly to get funding. So this video would lay out a template on how you could contact professors. I've contacted several professors in my academic journey, and I've gotten a very high response rate. At least 90% of those I contacted got back to me. And some others were because they didn't reply because probably they were in their sabbatical or they changed universities or something. But most of the time, 9 out of 10 times, I get a response from them. So today is just to share the format I use in writing my contact letters, if I can call them that. So let's begin without any further delay. So first, you start with the title of the email, and the title could just be kept very simple, like prospective master's candidate or prospective PhD candidate, colon, request for supervision or application for so funded research scholarship, depending on the actual reason why you're applying. So if it is for supervision, state there in the title that it's for supervision. If it's for funded project under this particular professor, also state it there. So when the professor sees this email, he gets a direct notice about what the content is going to be about. So then go straight directly into the email and write, "Dear Professor this" or "Dear Doctor that." Please always remember to use the title. Although there are some universities or some countries where the professors do not actually care whether you call them by their titles or not. For instance, in the UK, my professors allowed me to call them with their first name, and it's the normal practice there. But to be on the safer side and to keep the conversation formal, please use their title, "Dear Dr. Happiness," "Dear Professor Joy," something like that. And also try to pronounce to get the right spellings of their names, because some of them are not English names probably. I do not want to mess up their names and get out a bad impression, because first impression always matters. So "Dear Professor Joy" or "Dear Dr. Happiness," comma. So in the first paragraph, you introduce yourself. Say, "I'm so person from so country, and I have this qualification. I have a bachelor's in this course. I have a master's in this course, and I wish to apply for this particular position at this particular department in this particular university." So just fill in the blank spaces as regards your own application. Then the next paragraph is time to summarize your research interest. So if this position you're applying for requires a research proposal, so this is an opportunity to summarize your research proposal in 1 or 2 paragraphs, where you talk about probably your proposed topic, your research question, and probably your methodology. So make it as catching as possible, but yet as concise as possible. And you could also add at the end that attached to this email is a detailed copy of my research proposal and CV as well. Yeah, I think it's a good idea to add your CV and your research proposal if the position you're applying for requires a research proposal already. So attach that to the email, but give an insight, like an abstract into what is in your research proposal. Then after stating your research interest, this is a very important part. State how the professor's interest aligns with yours. And how do you do this? You must have done your background investigations about this professor, the papers he has written or she has written, the conferences he or she has presented in other news coverage, or something he or she has done, or a book he or she has written that caught your interest and that aligns with your own research. So you bring up this papers, these interviews, these conferences, and then tell this professor how these conferences inspired your own work, how your work relates to what the professor is already doing, and why the professor is like a good fit for you. So now you are showing connection between your own research and the professor's research. So after this, then you state your intention that with this, I think you'll be a good supervisor, or with this, I think there are lots of similarities between our interests. So it will be an honor to work under your tutelage, something like that. So I haven't stated the similarities between the two. Yours, that's your own interest, and his interest or her interest. Then it's time to make your point, essentially why you're writing that. Yes, I wish to request that you be my supervisor, or I wish to apply for this particular research. At least now it is evidence that our research interests align with each other. So with that, I think you've covered the basics of this contact letter. Then also tell the professor that I hope you'll be available, especially for those looking for supervisors, because the supervisor might be going on a sabbatical or might be changing university. This has happened to me once, and I didn't know the supervisor was leaving, and I was banking all my hope on him, only to hear that he was going to another university. So also tell him to confirm his interest or his availability to supervise your work. I think that's quite important. And some universities require the supervisor to say yes even before your application is considered. Like in Warwick, they want you to get a supervisor before you be admitted into the department. So that was exactly what happened to me when I was applying to the University of Warwick. They're like, make sure you contact the supervisor, make sure he or she says yes, then go ahead with your application. Because if there's no yes from the proposed supervisor, there's no point applying in the first place. So you might be in the same bubble. So just go through the steps I told you. First, introduction. Second, your research interest. Third, how your research interest blends with the professor's research interest and his papers and interviews and conferences. Then tell him that you want him or her to be your supervisor. Then he or she should confirm the availability or the readiness to supervise your work. And that's it, guys. It's a very short one on how to write this letter to a professor. And try to attach, as I said, your CV, a detailed CV, and your research proposal. That is, if the position you're applying for requires a research proposal. So that's it, guys. A quick one on how to write the letter. And there are several other videos on this channel about how to crack this nut of applying for postgraduate positions and scholarships in universities all around the world. So kindly check on my playlist, check other videos, and there are lots of things here to guide you on your application process. So until next time, bye bye.